Have you ever felt it? That feeling of being watched when you're walking alone at night, especially near a forest? That prickle on the back of your neck? What if I told you that feeling has a name and a face? Well, sort of. We need to talk about Slender Man. This tall, faceless figure in a black suit with impossibly long limbs has haunted our collective nightmares for over a decade. He's a modern-day bogeyman, a legend whispered about in hushed tones across the internet. But what if I told you the most terrifying thing about Slender Man isn't the story itself, but how it all began? Unlike Dracula or the Wolfman, whose origins are lost in centuries of folklore, we know exactly when and where Slender Man was born. The date was June 10, 2009. The place? A relatively obscure internet forum called Something Awful. A user named Victor Surge, whose real name is Eric Knudsen, entered a paranormal Photoshop contest. The challenge was simple. Take an ordinary photograph and digitally manipulate it to appear supernatural. Knudsen submitted 2 black and white photos. Both depicted groups of children playing, seemingly happy. But lurking in the background, almost out of focus, was a tall, spectral figure. Knudsen added cryptic captions to his creations. One read, "We didn't want to go, we didn't want to kill them, but its persistent silence and outstretched arms horrified and comforted us at the same time." The other, even more chillingly, referred to the disappearance of 14 children and attributed it to the Slender Man. He created a monster out of thin air, a single spark of imagination on a random forum. And this is where the story takes a truly bizarre turn. The internet didn't just like the idea, it adopted it. People didn't just share the photos, they started building the world. Almost overnight, other users began creating their own doctored photos, writing their own eyewitness accounts, and even filming fake documentaries. They collectively fleshed out his mythology. They decided he stalks children, that he can teleport, that his presence causes electronic devices to malfunction. That static sound you hear in the stories? That became a sign he was near. He wasn't created by a single author in a book. He was crowdsourced into existence. He is a piece of collaborative fiction, a digital campfire story that grew into a wildfire. Slender Man is a fascinating and frankly terrifying case study in how modern myths are made. He proves that a monster doesn't need ancient origins to feel real. In our hyper-connected world, all it takes is a single creepy idea planted in the fertile ground of the internet to grow into a legend that can genuinely terrify millions. So, the next time you see a strange, tall shadow in the corner of your eye, remember, he wasn't always there. We, collectively, put him there. And that, perhaps, is the most unsettling fact of all.